Hey, good morning everybody. It's about 9:02 and I'm in the Talat Phlu area of Bangkok in the Thonburi district on the other side of the Chao Phraya River. We're about 2 train stops away from Bang Hua, the end of the line. As of 2024 anyhow, I'm sure it's going to keep growing. So let's take a look. Over on that side I see a life building, so I'm sure there's a way to get under the highway and get over to the life building, but there's a closer option right here. So let's take a look around on this Monday morning in the Talat Phlu area of Bangkok, Thailand. And I always call this the dark green line. I guess it's just the green line, and the line running up Sukhumvit is the light green line. But this train, if you continued on, it wind through Bangkok and end up at National Stadium where the MBK is. If you went 2 train stops in the other direction, Bang Hua's the end of the line. And just to get an understanding of where we are, if you were to commute from here to, say, Sukhumvit and the Asok BTS junction, it'd probably be between 20 and 25 minutes on the train. Another option would be to go in the direction that this train is heading, the 2 stops to Bang Hua, and you can catch the MRT blue line. The MRT is normally the underground, the subway, and the BTS is the above ground train. But over here on this side of the river, I was a little surprised to see most of the MRT is above ground. Bangkok does a pretty nice job of public playgrounds. I see a little soccer court. I don't know what this is over here, just a sandbox with tires. But they do a good job of utilizing this space under the trains as a rain guard, plus I'm assuming it's public land. And I'm sure in the evening all these little food stalls will come to life. And the first building, not even 10 feet from the BTS, the Casa Condo. It's nice and quiet up here compared to busy Nana and Asok. We're fairly close to the Chao Phraya River, so you're going to get these, they're klongs, but they're also mostly drainage ditches. When it rains here, it rains a foot at a time. And the Unicorn, and I see a Supalai building right next to that. Also cross under the highway, if I can. Yeah, I think I can, to the other side. I see something called, I think it's the Zell building. We'll go take a look in a minute. And also, right next to the BTS station, they have a nice skateboard park. Man, I wish we could have these things on public land in California. There's just so many crazy lawsuits that you can't even have a private skate park anymore in California. No matter what you sign away, you're still gonna get sued. It's just not worth it. But I'm gonna guess falling down and breaking your arm at a skate park here in Bangkok, it's probably a few less hassles. Nobody wants to break their arm, but most people, including myself, out on skateboards as kids and dirt bikes, we kind of understood the chances we were taking. Yeah, this area under the highway and the BTS tracks is huge. Nice area for all the locals. From 5 a.m. to 2100 hours. They have some pretty nice ramps and rails. Right at the base of the Unicorn building is a Lawson. It looks like it's set up more like a 7-Eleven. Lawson 108. I always thought the Lawson was a little bit more of a drugstore, but I guess it's also like a 7-Eleven. Here's the Unicorn hidden away behind the BTS tracks. And it looks like this Unicorn has some lofts. You're gonna get smaller apartments over here in Bangkok, no doubt. If you need a 60, 70, 80 square meter apartment, you're gonna pay for it. This is how the average folks are living over here in Bangkok. It's no different than in Hong Kong or Tokyo. I mean, in Tokyo, that's a large size apartment with that loft. But the good news is here in Bangkok, things are going to come at a fraction of the cost. Tokyo or Hong Kong, Singapore, these places are almost as expensive as California these days. And they have a series of soccer fields. I understand they can't grow grass under this overpass, but playing soccer on the cement, that must be a little tricky. It's probably better than putting a 1/4 inch of AstroTurf and calling it grass. You at least know what you're up against playing on the hard cement. And here's the Superlight Park building. Both this building and the Unicorn are maybe a 5-minute walk to the BTS. And a 1-second walk to this exercise area. You can look up this Superlight Park on a website called HIPFLAT, HIPFLAT, or Property Scout. They'll give you a good idea of pictures of the inside of the units, layouts, what they have, if they have a 28, a 31, a 35, a 40 square meter. They probably have all of those things. They'll give you costs. Just be advised. Some of the costs you'll find on these different websites are a little bit old, I'll just put it that way. If you find a unit, whatever, 9,000 baht, and you call, you're probably not going to get a call back. If you do get a call back, it's, yeah, that unit is gone. I have some 13,000 baht units to show you. So I'm going to walk up, try to get around this playground and get on the other side of the street. See what's happening a little closer to the BTS. There's so many options within feet of the train. There's really no sense to walk a kilometer away. And they even have a couple of hoops. So let's cross under the highway. And I saw a couple of other buildings right near the train. It looked like they had a walkway through the playground. I think one was called the Zell building. And we'll find out. And we are directly across the playground from the Unicorn. There hasn't been much over here on the left. Just some little Thai local houses, but we are coming up to this Chanchala. It looks like a cool little bar area or food. I see a double-decker. Of course, everything's closed up at whatever it is, 9:15 in the morning. Hey, there you go. It's a little stage, and yeah, this is a cool little watering hole. Got some 50-gallon drum seats. And it's all in Thai, but that is the name of the playground. A few more spots that come alive when that playground is probably packed at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And here's just a little peek into the more traditional area right next to the playground. I'm not sure what all these decorations are. And if you cut through the playground, which I'm sure there's a couple of ways to get through, you'll find the Zell Plus building. I'm not sure if they're apartments, 5 or 6 stories tall. Here's another tower, the B Tower. Just like anywhere in the world, it's all about the size of the real estate. I mean, if you're fine with a 28 square meter condo, you're gonna live next to nothing here in Bangkok compared to many places in the world. If you would like something larger, and we all want something a little larger than 28, I would assume. I mean, I've lived on sailboats, that's small enough. Right now I'm living in 52 square meter, and it's probably more room than I need, and it costs more to cool the place down and all. I wouldn't go out of my way for a 52 meter next time, but yeah, 40 meters probably the happy middle for me. And I'm looking off in the distance quite a way, maybe a half a kilometer. I'm assuming that's still near this BTS. I don't know how close the next station is, but I see a Life building. So let's take the walk and see what it looks like. Unless it looks like it's too far, then I might jump back on the train. We'll see. As you get out here, the train stops are a little further apart than, say, Nana to Asok. That's a 5-minute walk, or less than 10-minute walk. But here, they're about twice that distance apart, which makes sense. There's less people out here. And walking from those Zell buildings, you'd go right here under the highway, and just to the left, not even a 4-minute walk, maybe a 3-minute walk, it's the BTS. We're gonna head up this way to that Life building, and kind of a cooler traditional street with some smaller options. I don't know if these are hotels. And as I'm looking at that Life building, I see some other condo options across the way. I'm not sure if those are closer to this BTS or the next stop. I've been out wandering around for 4.5 hours this morning, so sometimes my vision or my depth perception on how far those buildings are gets a little thrown off, but let's at least go find this Life building, check it out. And here's something called the Poon Plus Sports Club. He has a racket in his hand, so it's either badminton or pickleball or tennis, maybe all the above. If you're into those sort of things, I want to say on Soi 49, I'm guessing, there's a place called the Racket Club. I believe my friend told me it was 20 or 25,000 baht a year, which isn't cheap, but that is for the year. So what is that? Less than 600 bucks. And he made it sound like unlimited courts, hoops, swimming pool, but I'm not sure. Check out the Racket Club. Well, it looks like I have a big highway in front of me, so this might stop me from getting over to that other Life building. We'll check it out. And maybe that's a little bit more than $600. What's 25,000 baht? You'll have to look that one up. My rent's 19,000 baht, and I think that's with the baht right now about 520 bucks. Okay, well there's that Life building that looks like there might be a skywalk here from the BTS. I'm on the wrong side of the road. I'm gonna run across this crosswalk, which I'm not a fan of. And I'm looking both ways because sometimes these motorbikes come out of nowhere. But it looks like the BTS station is just over here. And you can take a skywalk over here and then come down on the side of that Life building. But to walk across this road, yeah, you can do it, but running across these roads is a little foolish when there's walk bridges. This isn't going to be fun at all. This is like a highway exit, and there's no light. There's a crosswalk, but you're kind of on your own with these crosswalks in Bangkok. So I'm going to put this phone down and make a run for it. All right, I got one more to deal with, but this one does have a walk, don't walk, but don't rely on that. The second that thing turns green, if you step out, you're gonna get nailed. It's more let it turn green, let 3 cars go, and then walk across. Just trust me on that. And there's the Talat Phlu BTS. I see one more building right there. I'm gonna go check out. And as I'm making the turn, I see some kind of M Milestone Mall or something on the other side of the street. It looks like it has an SF cinema. And once again, if we were to take the skywalk above, it'd take you over there to the Life building, and there are 2 other buildings on this side of the road. But let's see what this option is. The Whiz on. Maybe a 5 or 6 minute walk. Well, maybe a 3-minute walk. Here's the one of the walkway entrances. You still have to walk up on the skywalk down 3 minutes to the station. And there is that same bridge. Here's the walkway, the Life across the way, and then 2 more buildings over there. I'm not going to walk over there. It's getting hot. Live to fight another day, but I will find out what this building is and what this mall is. There's a nice walkway from that building to get over to that mall and the cinema. Always nice to have a movie theater around. Now out in this area, you're going to have to be a little bit more careful with the movies. Make sure if English is your native tongue that you're not going to a movie that's dubbed entirely in Thai. I've made that mistake. I think it was at Top Gun Maverick. I just picked the wrong screen. I went in and it was 100% in Thai. 99.9% of the movies will be in English with Thai subtitles. Well, that's in the touristy areas anyhow of running up Sukhumvit. You get away from Sukhumvit and hey, surprise, there's people that only speak Thai. and they want to watch a movie in Thai. There you go, there's the building, the Wisdom Station. It's like a nice place. And here's the walkway over to the M Life Store. And these two buildings on the right, they're going to be 5 minutes closer than that Life building, but all of these options are less than 10 minutes to the BTS. But guess what? The people that are renting these condos, they know exactly where their unit is located in relation to that BTS, and that Wisdom building, it's probably going to be 2,000 baht more than this Supalai building tucked away back here, just because it's the difference in 5-6 more minutes of walking. That's just how it goes. You'll have to pick your spots. And almost at the bottom of the Wisdom is a cool little street night market area, a little Big C Mini, a little bigger than a 7-Eleven off to the left. Over in this mall, I see a gourmet market listed. Gourmet markets are really nice. They're not too much more, but you can spend a ton on the gourmet salad bar with cheeses and salamis. And there's the Unicorn building we saw at the beginning of the video, so we've just made a big L shape around the area. I think I am going to walk across the way here and at least stick my head in that little mall, although it probably doesn't open till 10 a.m. I think it's only like 9:20 and nothing seems to open. Yeah, I see people sitting out front. For whatever reason, as busy as this city is, nothing opens till 10 in the morning. Yes, it looks like this M Life Store has a Harborland, which is like a little kiddie playground, an SF Cinema, an F Fitness First, HM, and Uni. Those are both clothing stores, an Adidas, sports mall, all kinds of things, and that gourmet market. So it might not be as large or as fancy as, say, Siam Paragon, but it's nice to have a mall and a movie theater next to your condo and train. There you go. 10 o'clock is the order of the day, and they're just waiting to get in. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. Thanks for following me along on this walk around Bangkok at 9:30 on a Monday morning. I appreciate you watching, commenting. It's getting hot. I'm starting to mumble. It might be time to jump on that air-conditioned train, grab a bottle of water, and head on back towards Prom Pong. But there'll be more videos to come. You take it easy.